We are back with another Mount Rushmore of the different eras in WWE history, and today is all about the PG era. We got Abe from Detroit in the house. You don't want to miss this one, so stick around. This is Triple Threat Wrestling. Welcome back to Triple Threat Wrestling. If you are new to the channel, be sure to follow and subscribe. We drop daily wrestling content. Back with the Mount Rushmore of every era in WWE history, and today is the PG era. So we'll try to keep it PG, gentlemen. We'll try to watch our language, and no, I'm just kidding. MVP, you're doing good?
Doing fucking great.
All right, end it. No, I'm just kidding. Abe, welcome back, brother. It was nice having you on before, so you know we have all the best content creators coming on for this mini-series. We had to have you on here. So
Appreciate that, man. I had a ball last time. I was looking forward to coming back, but man, I've been getting grabbed every which way lately.
I've been watching your content, and you're just all over the place. You got so much great content now, and you can follow him at Abe from Detroit on YouTube, TikTok. He also has, speaking of PG, the Holy SHHH Podcast on TikTok and YouTube.
Yes.
You got to give the shout out. Go follow this guy and his crew. They drop awesome content. I love watching it. So
Appreciate that, man.
All right. So going into the Mount Rushmore here, let's start with Abe. We're going to start with the guest. Hit him with your number one.
My number one is a pretty obvious number one, and that is Jonathan Cena. Some call him John.
Some call him John, yeah. I think Cody calls him asshole now, but either way.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think my number one, too, is going to be John Cena. Just the work he did, everything with CM Punk, the stuff he did with Randy Orton. He won his 16th world title during that era. Just so many good things. And everything he's done outside of the ring with Make-A-Wish and all that stuff. I mean, he's like, if you look at the PG era, he's the definition of the PG era. Definitely. Like, let's just be real. So I gotta go number one. I gotta agree with you, John Cena. We'll go to MVP.
My number one, he's from the mean streets of West Newbury, Massachusetts, Mr. John Felix Anthony Cena. I mean, you guys hit it on the head. Whether this was his era.
Yep.
Nothing more I can say about him.
I like the Forrest Gump, and that's all I got to say about that.
Right.
That's all I got to say.
All right, Mr. Abe, we're going back to you for number two.
My number two could make it on some all-time Mount Rushmores. I mean, this guy crosses a lot of barriers when it comes to time in the WWE. And that is the dead man, The Undertaker. My number two. He just keeps re-evolving himself. He was always at the top in WrestleManias. He was always active. So I cannot not pick the dead man to be on the Mount Rushmore, the PG era. And he could also have an argument to be on the Attitude era,
True. There are some, I've noticed with different content creators, there's some arguments that some wrestlers are on different era Mount Rushmores because they just were great across so many eras, and Undertaker's one of them. I mean, Definitely. He's one of my favorites. But for my number two, I am not going to go with The Undertaker. I am going to go with I'm going to use my hidden gem now, so we're not copying each other. But
hidden gem, here we go, breaking news.
I'm going to go with The Miz. I'm going to go with The Miz because he did a lot of stuff.
I did think about him.
Yeah.
I did think about him. I had to convince myself out of him.
It's hard to. He beat John
really,
Cena for the title at Mania. Well, he had it. He just retained it. The cash in he did on Orton to win it, right? I mean, he did a lot of great stuff during that era, and he was just a great heel. He's always been, in my opinion, one of the best heels in WWE history. Just because people just love to hate him. It isn't even about like him generating the heat. He's just a really likably hateable guy. You just love to hate him.
Likably hateable. I gotta write that down.
That was off the top of the dome right there. So it's free to use. But yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. His fingerprints were all over this era.
They were. I mean, and all the big feuds. You know, like he had a great feud with Dolph Ziggler during this era.
Yeah.
That was really good. So I'm gonna go with the Miz, but we'll pass it to MVP.
All right, my number 2 actually lost the WWE title to the Miz, but also he had his fingerprints all over this era. Also, I'm going with Mr. Randy Orton.
Mr. Orton.
Beginning of the era, nice, like fantastic heel work, especially with him being as a member of Legacy, trying to bring up Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
And then this was also the beginnings of what we now known as the Viper.
That's true.
And he had an awesome feud with the McMahon family, even punting Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
And then eventually turning face toward the end of the era in a well received face turn. I know I know I was with it. I'm a big Orton fan. But yeah, my number 2 is Randy Orton.
Great pick.
One of the most savage moments of that era that he did when he DDT'd Stephanie in front of Triple H and he was handcuffed on the thing. And he just looks at her and he kisses her. And I'm like, oh, what a savage dude. This dude, Triple H just fingertips away. Like, that's such a great segment. But
you know what brought it even more up to the top? She like slipped her some tongue.
You know he was thinking it. He's like, this would be my time. If there's any time, this is the time. But Abe, we're going to you for number 3.
My number 3, I am an absolute, if you watch Holy SHHH Podcast, you know I'm an absolute AEW mark. So I'm going to call this guy Adam Copeland. But you guys may know him as the Edgester, the Rated R superstar, man. I felt like that time frame he was able to come out of the Attitude Era, just like Undertaker, cross over into the PG era. He didn't go the entire PG era, but the beginning half of it, he had a strong presence. So Adam Copeland, a.k.a. Edge, is my number 3 pick.
Him coming back out of retirement and doing what he's doing in the ring is incredible. Most people don't come back from an injury like that, and he doing incredible work. So
he's about to fight for the world title tonight.
Yeah, we'll see how that. Maybe he'll win it. You never know. But he said, I don't know. My number 3. See, this is where I'm getting to the point where like I'm really split on all the rest of the people I got written down. But I think I can comfortably go with CM Punk. Comfortably, because the whole transition from the Nexus CM Punk to like winning the title from Cena, leaving with the title, coming back, having a great reign, great feuds. He fought Brock Lesnar during that era. He had Paul Heyman as his mouthpiece, 434-day title reign. I mean, CM Punk was a big part of that era. I mean, and the feud with John Cena just sets it way over the top. So I'm going to go with Mr. CM Punk. So we will go to MVP, number 3.
My number 3. I'm going to have to go with Mr. Chris Jericho. Now, he's had a few feuds. I mean, he also entered in a few tag teams. He had Showmiz. He had with the Miz, and then he also teamed with Big Show for Jericho.
Yeah,
and then he took a year off, came back, started a feud with CM Punk. Best in the world versus best in the world.
Yeah.
I had to go Chris Jericho on this one.
I'm surprised you didn't bring up the greatest part of that. You just made the list.
That was much later. That was the next era.
Oh, was it? Okay, I thought it was like the tail end of the PG era, but
that was near the end of his WWE era.
Well, then since I got it wrong, I just made the list. We'll go to Abe for his final face on his Mount Rushmore.
The final face on my Rushmore is actually on my all-time Mount Rushmore as well. But on that list, I called him the Heartbreak Kid. On this list, I called him Jesus Christ Superstar, Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels,
he just
fantastic.
when he came back and he had the whole he was saved and holy. That run was decent to me. You know, I feel like it was a nicer era of his heartbreak kid, heel, just always being the bad guy. So I enjoyed that, you know, coming out with the white beater and the blue jeans. It was cool, man. I enjoyed it. Shawn Michaels, my number 4 in the PG era.
Not to mention the Undertaker match.
Yes, Undertaker match was in that era. Yes,
one of the best matches, arguably of all time.
Of all time,
yep, ever.
I'm really split here. I got 3 left that I wrote down that I think are worthy at this spot. And I know where my mind wants to go, but I'm going to go where I just feel that we need to go. I got to go Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan, great pick.
Daniel Bryan. I mean, the Yes Movement, that arguably is enough to get him on the Mount Rushmore of that era. But great heel work, you know, when he faced Sheamus, you know, lost the title in 18 seconds of Mania. Like, he was one of those guys that, again, was really easy to not like during that heel run. And now Team Hell No was during that era, right? Or was that right? Yeah. That was weekly. I'm not a big fan of like the segments like that backstage where they had like the therapist. This was just so great. It was so fun to just watch them like go to therapy and end up hugging it out and being like, buddies. So I got to go Daniel Bryan for my final Mount Rushmore spot.
I think in one of those segments, he actually ate a meatball.
Yeah.
He did. That is true.
A vegan guy eating a meatball.
It was a tofu ball, but we'll go. We'll go to you for number 4, Matt.
My number 4. You said it, Lucky. I'm going CM Punk. Now, toward he kind of lurked around the beginning of the era, and toward the middle of the era, he had some supreme heel work. Arguably deserving of a WrestleMania main event. But it never happened. And then Money in the Bank 2011 happened, and it just flipped the whole landscape of wrestling on its head. And you can argue that there was no one hotter than CM Punk toward the end of the PG era.
Facts.
So for that, he has a place on my Mount Rushmore.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
I do. I was just gonna say that. I had 2 that I was almost gonna put on the list. One was, they both kind of sleepers. One maybe not so much, but my main sleeper was the Big Show. You know, he had a big feud with Mayweather in 2008 that really catapulted this whole entire PG era. And I thought Big Show, he kept, he was in the main card, pretty much on main events on WrestleMania for the next 2 to 3 years. He had a match with Bobby Lashley, I remember, and Vince was, I think Vince was the referee or something like that. And then my second would be JBL. I like the way he reinvented himself during that era, leaving APA, and I just enjoyed JBL during that era.
Yeah, that's a great one. I'll give you mine before you go MVP, but my one that almost made it was Randy Orton. I chose against Chris Jericho because you took him, and I was like, I want to be different, and I'll take Daniel Bryan. But also a sleeper pick, Sheamus. He beat John Cena for his first world title in like his first month.
His first title match,
yeah. So I mean, he was all over the PG era.
I still say that was a botch because you see Cena go through that table, and he's like,
yeah. And he was built up as a dominant force up to that title match too, just destroying everyone. So yeah, that was a sleeper pick for me. But because we're in the week we're in, and before we end this episode, I gotta ask Abe. I wanted to ask our guest last night, but Abe, what do you think of John Cena's heel turn?
I thought that it was done pretty well. The only thing that stopped me, a lot of people like to compare it to Hulk Hogan's heel turn. I felt like Hogan's came off a little bit more of a surprise. We kind of felt Cena was going to do something. And one other thing that just bothered me about it, I felt like it was a bit of an interference to what the moment was Travis Scott. I mean, who the hell invited him? It took away from me the serious. I know pro wrestling is not serious, but us fans who watch it all the time in our world, when you bring an outsider in, it kind of makes it a little gimmicky. So that is what really kind of just, and I'm a huge Travis Scott fan, but there's a place and time for everything. This was supposed to be a historic moment. No gimmick shit. All you needed was Cena. All you needed was The Rock, and all you needed was Cody Rhodes, and it would have been magical. But I still enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, it definitely is a great heel turn. But I agree. Like when I saw Travis Scott come out, I'm like, maybe he'll just hype up The Rock and then go back. But he walked to the ring. I'm like, oh, this dude's gonna be there for whatever's gonna happen. Okay.
And then he fucking hurts Cody Rhodes.
Right, my guy. Man, what the hell?
So either he did hurt him, or there's rumors that Cody was telling him, like, hit me, make it look real, like, hit me. And it's like, yeah, but you almost busted dude's eardrum. Like, he said hit him, not injure him.
Today, a little news came out. Travis Scott, through his merchandise line, just dropped a new T-shirt. It says, "Wrestling is real." So maybe that hit was a play on this T-shirt that is selling like crazy off the shelves right now. You never know.
Maybe. I just hope he's not in there for the further segments, because Cena
he's
doesn't
wrestling.
need Travis Scott.
He's training. He's going to be in a match. He is seriously training.
Oy vey. He can face Bad Bunny.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
We'll leave it at that.
He can lose that hardcore title.
Right.
Yeah. But that wraps up the PG era. Again, if you're new to the channel, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. We drop daily wrestling content. Go check out Abe from Detroit and the Holy SHHH Podcast. They are awesome dudes, awesome content. You don't want to miss it. So all the links to that will be in the description box, and we will, hopefully you guys give them some support. So Abe, you're always welcome here, brother. It's nice to have you on here.
And I gotta have you on the show. We launched back. We took a month off. We got this huge new production deal. We're gonna be announcing it soon, but it's massive. And we took a month off. We'll be back next week, March 20. Just don't miss it, man. It's gonna be huge, man. Got some good guests from NXT gonna be on. It's gonna be great.
Awesome. Yeah, guys, make sure you check that out. Make sure you get it. Be one of the early comers and see it before it gets too big.
Yeah, because it's going up on a paid wall in a couple of months. It's going to be free for 2 more months.
Then it's going to be on PLE from now on, the Holy SHHH Podcast. So, all right. Make sure you follow us. We'll see you in the next one.